Hello and welcome back to GarnFX Alpha's Artsy fartsy vlog, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So last time we saw two covers. This time I'm going to give you a third cover concept. Well, third, fourth, fifth, possibly sixth, seventh, and eighth in the future. But still, remember, there is a competition to be had here. You're going to select the cover art for my next book, short story, not book. So here's the first one. As we start from scratch, these are all live capture from screen. Oh, look at that zoom effect. Yes, you can see I'm starting to build this main body of something. I'm not entirely sure what at the moment. Ah, yes, now I know what it is. I'm drawing perspective lines, not an actual body, but to give me an idea of where an object is placed within regards to reality. So here we are, just faffing around, having a go. Look at that. Almost like it's going into the screen. I'm creating a box. I'm almost doing my Bane impression. Right, yep. So you can see I start making two thick lines, but I didn't want them that thick initially. I just wanted something to give off as a guideline, a soft, gentle guideline, and then I went solid. Make them big, fat, and heavy. There we go. Those lines is near enough. Happy, done. I'm not entirely sure. Just build a little circle at the end, and build up another circle. Those are basically like character points, reference points for model and movement. So I'm just building legs and pelvic joints. We'll see where the knees go, and then where the foot will end. The other one was just more like a dynamic action pose. Tension for this was not what it's meant to have turned out like. You can see I just start building a shape and I go, where do I put the guns? I'll put the guns there, facing down towards something. Now, any fans of the Metal Gear series will probably go, oh look, it's a gecko. It's not quite a gecko, but it's still close enough. And alongside that one, I also create a new zooming picture. This time, I do another cover, but when I draw these lines, they aren't perspective lines. Waha. That one's more or less, it's a perspective of what it would look like from the driver's cockpit. So that cover is basically just going to be inside the driver's cockpit looking out and seeing what's going on, whereas the one on the left is a dynamic combat piece. As you can see, I start building an extra body in the room. Yeah. As I said, dynamic combat, so one guy's on the floor being trodden on by another whole walker. For those of you who don't know and didn't watch last time, I will put a link in the well, just below the combat piece, just around here, so everyone's happy, everyone knows what's going on, nobody's confused apart from me. I think I'm the only one who'll ever be confused. But yeah, you can see on the left picture I'm starting to build shapes. I've added in an extra layer and started building up what the combat piece would look like. So I start with a foot, and yes, you may notice I was using Windows Media Player to listen to some music at the same time. Some people don't like that when they're doing art. Me, I'm one of those people that you need to have music on in the background to get inspiration, because otherwise it just you're forcing blood from a stone with that regard. Yes, as you can see, I just run around like Speedy Gonzales with regards to that. And yes, that is my normal drawing speed when I want to do something quickly but messy. So yes, the one on the right is a messy picture. Now the original idea for that piece and where these little square blocks are, they're supposed to be holographic consoles, but in the end I changed that to something else. Meanwhile, on the left, you can see that I've already built up the leg nicely, and I start to remodel a new leg where I've marked out before. So you can see that those little pelvic circles actually give me some idea of where things are meant to go. It does help me so much. So you can see I've made little clawed feet, like how to say, a eagle, maybe? Eagle's talons? Yeah, I think that'll be about right. Eagle's talons. And yeah, you can see me starting to add more shape and definition to. Ooh. Well. Oh, hang on, sorry. Another distraction, another picture coming into view. So what we've got in this episode is two combat scenes and a window scene. Yeah. I would have said a joke, but it just didn't sound that funny when I had to replay it through my head, so yeah. Any of you wondering, it would have been a reference to two girls, one, drinking implement. But yeah, you can see on the left picture, I start building up what guns would be mounted on it, what they would look like. Not necessarily sci-fi-esque, but something nice. You can see that where a certain idea of the main body comes from. If you're a fan of the Battletech series or Mech Commander or Mech Warrior, you will be recognizing that as probably a Hellcat, maybe. Meanwhile, from the inside of the cockpit, I just work with a black background and start building it into something that looks like there's light in the middle. Meanwhile, on the bottom right, this is a very interesting one because I forgot to do perspective lines. So it was really hard to do this freehand without perspectives. You can see I'm building up something that doesn't look normal. And the screen around that. Right, and after this point, I had to do a re-edit and re-evaluate my recording of material for this. But at the bottom you can see I'm building a small ship shape as though it's approaching the screen. Sorry, I had to do this because at one point the video started spazzing out for me. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, right, now back to the serious stuff. Now you can see that I've built a gun in the top left hand corner. I'm getting better at saying these the right way around. But I'm also adding a second cannon just to make things a little bit nicer and neater. So I thought I might add something on the next layer up. Try and get them facing a similar direction, although I might need to neaten off the gun next time because one gun is pointing really, really weirdly. It's doing something that's near enough impossible, but I'll roll with that for now. As you can see, that in the bottom right, I am building a collision scene. So, I'm just trying to hold back the temptation of making sound effects for both ships colliding. Moving swiftly on, you can see in the top right hand corner I was constructing levers and controls for the pilot to use. I would build a seat if I could remember what it was I wanted to build on it, but never mind. The two side panels that were going to be holographic screens are now been changed to lower view windows, just so the pilot can actually look out at the bottom and see what it is he's either stamping on, or if he needs to actually cross a threshold, that he needs to vertically change position. Yep. I'll then start adding legs, proper legs to the hips and pelvic region on the hull walker in the top left. Meanwhile, in the bottom right, I kind of do something more like a hawk head for the ship. so you can see where certain ideas come from, where they get put in. And I just start adding in some windows. Because sometimes in these sci-fi pictures, they tend to have big, massive windows where everyone and their families can look out, and they're completely safe from the vacuum of space. So things like that. Meanwhile, I just try to clean and neaten up the highlighting and the shading on the Hull Walker cockpit interior, because I just wanted it to look nice and neat and, well, almost realistic, like it was really, you were really sitting in there, just pressing and pulling on the levers and going pa-chow, 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 fuck, damn it. Yeah, you can see how really bad I am when it comes to drawing mechanical stuff, when it, like guns and stuff. And stuff. I can't seem to get off the word stuff. Alright, there we go. Yeah, guns, weaponry, and other assortments of dangerous equipment. There we go. I might need to go back and alter these at a later stage. You might hear my mouse click in a moment. That was because I needed to move the bar across, just so I can actually see where everything's going. So yeah, the majority of the top right is just highlighting, shading, and trying to give an illusion of something actually being there in the black, rather than not there at all. I might add a few more layers to that later on, when I've completed the artwork piece. In the bottom right, you actually see I build a small little Hull Walker, although you can't necessarily see all of it. I start to do more elements of a combat piece. Meanwhile, on the top left, I build more features to the guy at the bottom. Now what you'll see is me in the bottom right constructing a very basic form of rockets, just doodling rockets, just to make him look like he's actually doing something, not sat there going, yeah, that's fine, that's alright, it's not a problem. My job is not to defend you, it's just to sit there and look pretty on the side of the hull. Nah, he's meant to be firing like hell, like, you die, you motherfucker, die, 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 die. Yes, stuff like that. That sort of stuff I will be doing on. Damn it! God damn it! I'm not in the pilot seat of those things. I don't want to be those people. They don't live the nicest of jobs, especially if you get your hull cracked. Imagine instant decompression. And that's that for that part of the video. I do apologise. I do get a little bit into my characters and stuff and go insane. But this one is a much shorter video. I'm not going to let it run into the 15-minute mark because that will be suicide. But anyway, if you want to check out my channel, any more material or views, I will give you a sneak peek and tell you that I am going to be doing at one stage, hopefully, more book reviews, but mainly on the Song of Ice and Fire series. Then I've got a few more ideas I want to draw up onto page or screen or whatever, screen page, tablet, something. Yeah, one of those things I will be doing, and then I'll be working more with colour and lighting, as well as backgrounds, backdrops. Yeah, I know backdrops and backgrounds are the same thing. Please leave me alone. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some more videos with Lawrence G in the near future. So look out and beware of my channel. It may just come back to haunt you.